this speech, I'm going to talk about someone who has had a large impact on the small town that my family grew up in and taught me the importance of patience, hard work, and to not give up on something too early. My grandfather. To me, he was the true definition of a small town southern man, filled with determination, love, patience, and loads of both knowledge and experience. My grandfather was a very simple man, never asking for anything and always willing to help others. He was a great example and role model for many people to look up to. He was a God fearing man, always filled with determination towards anything that he put his mind to, and making sure that no one outworked him. He impacted the lives of many people, including mine, and I wouldn't have asked for him to have been any other way but himself. My grandfather was the true definition of a small town southern man, filled with love, patience, determination, and loads of both knowledge and experience. In the next 8 to 9 minutes, I'm going to share the following. First, his background and how it inspired me. Second, his personality traits and how they inspired me. And third, his ability to adapt to many different work environments. How my grandfather's background inspired me. Thanks to my grandmother, she shared this very inspirational story with me about my grandfather's birth. He was delivered by an old country doctor who went by the name of Dr. George Dame, who made house calls and was born weighing only 2 pounds. According to the website aafp.org, a house call is when a doctor goes to see patients where they live, whether it's at the family home, nursing home, assisted living center, or hospice house. To honor the doctor, he was given the middle name Dame. This showed me that even at birth, he was filled with determination. What also really inspires me is his education. He was an honor graduate of Metter High School in the class of 1976 and a president of the FFA. This tells me that there is always room for perfection in both education and in work. I believe he looked death in the face once as well. Working for his family business at the time, he survived being ran over from a large forestry tractor. It nearly crushed his entire body, but thankfully it only ran over his legs, breaking both of them. According to a statement on the website forestryforum.com, the particular tractor that ran him over weighed nearly 16,000 pounds. Just a few weeks after this incident, it was stated by both my father and my grandmother that my grandfather was found leaning over inside the engine bay of a truck working on the motor. This shows again his unstoppable desire to work hard and get the job done. With me being brought up and raised on going to church, another thing that inspired me was that he was both a deacon and a Sunday school teacher at his church. Faith was always a part of his life. The final thing would be his history with the American Red Cross blood donations. Over the years, he donated a total of 10 gallons of blood. This was to help other people in need and to keep his own health in check. RedCrossBlood.org states that every 2 seconds a U.S. citizen needs blood. It is essential for surgeries, cancer treatment, chronic illnesses, and traumatic injuries. Whether a patient receives whole blood, red cells, platelets, or plasma, this life-saving care starts with one person making a generous donation. His personality traits and how they inspired me. In the article of verywellmind.com, it is stated that family love is one of the first and most important forces in our lives. The love he showed for our family was endless. This set the foundation for teaching me that family always comes first, no matter what. Even though he was always busy with work, I remember that he always made sure that he made time for his first grandson, me. This pushed me to love my family the same way that he loved me. Another piece of his personality that inspired me was his work ethic. According to resources.workable.com, work ethic is a set of values guiding professional behavior, encompassing integrity, responsibility, quality, discipline, and teamwork. Out of all the jobs that he had, from working at a parts store to working in the timber business, he always made sure that nobody was outworking him. Along with this, he also always made sure that he was the first one to help with any project while never expecting anything in return. For example, after Hurricane Helene hit the state of Georgia, destroying our town, he stepped up and volunteered to help with the storm cleanup and various tree removals with his own personal equipment without charging anyone. This taught me that no matter what I'm doing, I always do it to the best of my ability and to always be humble and selfless while doing so. His ability to adapt to many different work environments. Throughout his life, my grandfather learned how to adapt to many different environments. He began as a logger. He ran equipment in the forestry industry. From there, he ran a saw shop in our local hardware store while simultaneously working at a printing company. He ran a printing press at Wallace Computer Services making forms. While here, he learned so much about the industry that he ended up making an operator's manual for the machines that he was assigned to run. After retiring from this job, he joined the Union of Operating Engineers. While here, he received an education on crane operating and plant operations. Over the course of his life, he's been in several different job positions. Each one of these jobs has different needs and educational requirements. He excelled in each of these positions and was a prime example that old dogs really can learn new tricks. My grandfather was the true definition of a small town southern man, filled with determination, love, patience, and loads of both knowledge and experience. In the last 8 to 9 minutes, I have shared the following. First, how my grandfather's background inspired me. Second, how my grandfather's personality traits inspired me. And third, his ability to adapt to different working environments and how they inspired me. My grandfather taught me a lot of valuable life lessons while I was growing up. He was a great example of what both a small town southern man and grandfather should be, and how lots of determination and hard work will get you far in life. A quote that he would always say is something worth having is worth working for, by Andrew Carnegie. And whatever his family wanted was what he worked for, because to him, his family's happiness was always worth working for.